Should you go all in on Chargepoint SBE stock? Okay guys, so here we are with another video, and this video is going to be a little bit different because I do read each and every comment you guys read, and someone left an interesting comment. I believe it was Steve. He asked me if he should go all in on Chargepoint stock. So this video is going to be a little bit different, guys. We're not going to really go over the analysis of Chargepoint because I've done that in the past videos, and I've still said why, even though I have a lot of haters, why I still maintain my $3,000 price target for Chargepoint stock by 2030. And I think if you buy Chargepoint stock and if you have enough shares throughout this decade, you'll be able to retire and hopefully become a millionaire. But when it comes to putting all of your money in one company, I think it takes a little bit more different stance than just looking at fundamentals, things like that. It's really important to see who's leading the company. So in this video, we're going to talk a little bit more about the CEO of Chargepoint and kind of the leadership of the company, and if they have the capability to take this company to that $3,000 price target. So let's talk about it right now. Okay guys, so when it comes to putting all of your money into one stock, it is so important to really monitor the management of the company. So for example, why is this so important? Well, if we take a look, there's a lot of people on YouTube. I'm just off the top of my head, I'm thinking of guys like Meet Kevin. I'm thinking of guys like Solving the Money Problem. I'm thinking of other people who have invested a lot of money in a company, say like Tesla. And Tesla is run by Elon Musk, the CEO. He's a co-founder of Tesla, and he's one of the richest guys in the world. I believe he's the second richest guy in the world. So when you're going all in on Tesla stock, you're basically betting that Elon Musk is going to take your money and make a lot more money. So let's talk a little bit about the CEO of Chargepoint. So Chargepoint was founded in 2007, and the current CEO is Pat Romano. So if you're going to go all in on Chargepoint, you're basically betting your entire savings on this guy. Can Pascal Romano, his nickname is Pat, can he basically take your money and grow it? So let's learn a little bit about him. Well, he's also the member of the company's board of directors, and he also sits on the YMCA of Silicon Valley. So he joined Chargepoint in 2011, so he's been with the company for 9 years, and he brings more than 30 years of technological industry leadership and executive management experience. So he also co-founded a company called 2Wire, which was acquired for $475 million 10 years ago. And he is also a Harvard educated. So he holds an undergraduate degree in computer science from Harvard University and got his master's from MIT. So kind of what jumps off to me, and one of the reasons why I really like Chargepoint and why I'm so adamant about owning the stock, is that first of all, this guy's a really smart guy. I've seen him come on. He's done a lot of Zoom calls so far this year, and he's talked on, I've seen him on BBC. I've seen him basically all over the place talking about how Chargepoint is in the position to really make a big dent in the EV revolution. He's been talking about how Chargepoint has the largest network in the world. He's been talking about how there's only 7 million EV cars sold so far this year, approximately around the world, yet there's over 1 billion gas guzzlers, ICE, internal combustible engine vehicles out there. So 7 million electric vehicles sold and over 1 billion ICE vehicles. So there's going to be a huge movement, and it's going to take probably more than 10 years, maybe 20 to 25 years for EVs to even be able to become 50% or 60% of the cars that are out there. So, this guy, he's a really smart guy. He went to Harvard University, and we can look at some other companies that had been run by Harvard educated individuals. Off the top of my head, I'm thinking of companies like, of course, Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg went to Harvard University. Bill Gates went to Harvard University. So just with going to Harvard University, the oldest college in the United States, he has a nice pedigree, and he had his master's degree at MIT, guys. So this guy's obviously a smart guy. We know that he's definitely book smart, and it looks like he's passionate about the company. I've seen him on video and Zoom interviews and stuff like that, and he just seems like a really energetic individual, and that's what we're looking for. One of the reasons why companies like Tesla have done so well is that Elon Musk, he's not just smart, but he brings a lot of energy to the company. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a CEO that's going to bring a lot of energy, and that's going to be passionate, and passion is what's going to drive this company forward. Obviously, they have good products and things like that, but what we're looking for from the CEO is passion. So that really checks off the box. And I think a lot of the shorts out there, a lot of the bearish of people on Chargepoint, they're really not talking about the CEO, and the CEO is such a crucial part of a company. We've seen where companies like Amazon and Tesla, Apple, a good CEO is worth its weight in gold. It can really make a difference in a company. Whereas if you're looking at a company like Ford, for example, or just a CEO that doesn't really seem to be involved in the company emotionally, he just seems to be there getting a paycheck, that can be a really negative sign. So now let's talk a little bit more about Chargepoint itself and what kind of risk you're taking if you're putting all of your money into it. So just to give you guys some quick numbers, they've delivered over 85.8 million chargers, and over 60% of the Fortune 500, Fortune 50 companies are Chargepoint customers. So basically this company is 100% focused on the EV resolution, and they're doing a lot of good karma for the environment. So they've already avoided 351,000 metric tons of greenhouse gas emissions. That's a lot of positive karma. So anytime a company is doing good things for the environment, and I think that's one of the reasons why Elon Musk and Tesla have done so well, anytime you're doing anything to preserve our planet, that's going to translate to a lot of money to you, because that's just a lot of positive karma. So I think Chargepoint is definitely a good stock to hold because of the positive karma. Every single time a Chargepoint charge is done, that's avoiding kind of these type of Exxon and BP gas stations, which are kind of really hurting the planet with these high carbon emissions. So now, whether or not you should put all of your money into Chargepoint stock. So I'm going to admit, guys, putting all your money into Tesla stock has done really, really well for people. Just off the top of my head, solving the money problem, I believe he has around 97% of his portfolio in Tesla, and he's up around 500 to 600% total. So it's done really well for him. So really, guys, it's all about your risk tolerance. Personally, I'm on the more conservative side, and maybe that's holding me back because I wish I had, I wish I had the internal fortitude to put 40, 50, 60, even 90 to 97% of my money in one stock. And it would probably get me towards my financial goals a lot faster, because if you nail that huge position in Chargepoint, and I'm right about my 100x $3,000 price target in the future, I'm going to be sitting in a good position. But right now, I'm still a bit more conservative. I usually never have more than 20% of my money in any stock, and my largest holding right now is Uber. But I've realized that my portfolio has done quite well this year, but I would like to do even better next year. So I'm thinking about kind of getting out of that conservative mindset, out of that a little bit of that fear-based mindset, and looking to put more of my money into Chargepoint. So me personally, I would say if you want to go all in on Chargepoint, it's definitely checks off the box. It's a great company that hasn't even completed its merger yet. It's the world leader in charging. It's run by a Harvard-educated CEO who's a really smart guy, and he's a really passionate guy. You guys check out some of his interviews on YouTube. You can see this guy really cares about his job. He's excited. He's full of energy. He's lively. He's like Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a lively guy. He's not some boring corporate drone just there to collect a paycheck. He really enjoys what he does, and that's so key. And a lot of people can see that, and they feed off that energy, and they want to buy the stock and help him and the company grow. And the fact that Chargepoint also positive karma, guys. Every time Chargepoint produces a charge, they're avoiding carbon emissions. This is good karma, and I'm really a big proponent of karma when it comes to companies. It's one of the reasons why Tesla has done so well. It's one of the reasons why companies like Amazon have done so well. The more you give, the more you receive. So definitely checks off all my boxes. So for me personally, I would say, look, do your own research and never invest money that you can't afford to lose. Don't take money that you need to pay your bills or things like that and invest it. But hey, if you do your own research and you agree with what I say, and you've done your own research and you've read up about Chargepoint and the EV revolution, and you want to put all of your money in Chargepoint stock, I would say, hey, YOLO and go for it. I'm not going to tell you not to. I've seen a lot of people invest 90% of their money in companies, and they do just fine if they're buying good stuff. But for me personally, I'm looking to hit probably around a 30 to 40% allocation in Chargepoint. And that might change in the future, guys. So right now I'm sitting at about 10%, and I'm taking a look at the volume, and I really like buying stocks when the volume isn't skyrocketing like this. So as you can see, volume is one of the key catalysts for stocks. And when the volume kind of ticked up, that's when the price shot up. So right now the volume is kind of trickling down, and a lot of traders out there and investors are getting impatient, and that's when I want to come in and buy. So I would say for me personally, I probably look to around 30 to 40% of my money in Chargepoint. But if you want to go all in, hey, I don't think you're going to lose your money here. Chargepoint's going to be one of the beneficiaries of the EV revolution, and the company has plenty of positive karma. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. This is a really interesting discussion on portfolios where people are super aggressive in one stock, like putting all their money, 90% or 100% of their money in one stock, and whether they're taking more of like an ARK Invest conservative approach where they never put 10%. So let me know which type of strategy you guys prefer, and be sure to thumbs this video up, give me a thumbs up, it really helps out, and subscribe to my channel, and check out my private Discord chat where you guys will see my real-time trades and be able to talk with me throughout the day about which stocks you're trading, and grab my daily stock watch list. You can click that link in the description as well to get that. So that's until next time, guys. Take care.